There we go, look at that. He saw it. All right, good morning and welcome to my next fishing adventure. I'm trying some new water today. I'm gonna fish the Staunton River, which is a pretty small tributary into the Rapidan River. So I've parked at the lower Rapidan WMA access there. It's a pretty well marked parking access. And from there you just hike up the Graves Mill Trail, probably less than a mile to where the confluence of the Staunton River enters into the Rapidan. So I'm going to hike the Staunton River Trail today. It looks like several miles of the trail runs along the river. Pretty small water. You do pass a water monitoring station as soon as you get on the Staunton River. I'm about a quarter of a mile upstream of that right now, and the water looks pretty good. It's really small water. A little bit chilly today, and I'm going to be wet wading, but should be fine. I probably won't even have to get my shoes wet. And I'm going pretty lightweight today, 6.5 foot 2 weight. I think I've got 7.5 feet of 5X leader, which I might end up taking a foot of that off if I need to. Now the fish in here are going to be native brook trout, so it means I probably won't find a lot of them, and any that I do won't be very big. So I'm gonna go find a place to put in, get started. Here's a pool with some potential, but not gonna be easy to cast. Trees, branches everywhere, and I'm gonna have to get kind of close. So I think I can go up here, get on my knees, do a little bow and arrow cast, get right down there where that fast water comes in and before it goes around this big rock here. So let's get up here and give it a shot. All right, let's see if I can't just sneak up here. Got some moss, so it won't be too uncomfortable to get down here on my knees. Here we go. All right, I'm in position. I've still got trees all around me down here. So just pull my line out. I got maybe a foot or a foot and a half of fly line out of the tip of my rod. So just pinch it, hold it. I'm going to lean forward a little bit and then let the rod do the work. There we go. There's one. Going all over the place. All right, I'm going to keep my position and net this guy real quick so I can keep fishing the head of this pool. Just come down here and wet my hand. Hook is out of him. Another pretty little brook trout. Get on back in there, buddy. So the Staunton River is pretty nice. It's very small water. And I fished where I first put in for a little over an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Now I walked back up to the trail and it looks like this trail crosses the river in a few places. So I'm gonna walk up the trail a little while, see if I can't find any better looking, bigger pools and whatnot. So I'm finding the river is not always that easily accessible from the trail. But every now and then I do see a little trail cutting down to it, like right here. So let's go down and take a look at the water here. So this isn't too hard to access it. And we've got a few pools down here we can hit. So I think the highest probability spot for this pool is about halfway up. It's still kind of deep, but the water on the surface is moving fast enough for this snowshoe hare's caddis. So anywhere from the middle of this big pool up to where the bubbles are emptying into it. I think that's probably where I'll have any luck, if I have any at all in this pool. There was one. He took it very gently. Was the fly sunken? Because I did not see a splashy take. It might have been. And now I'm in a tree behind me. All right, good job, Matt. There we go, look at that. He saw it. I can't tell how deep that water was where he came up for it, but it looks to be pretty deep. Little guy though. Let's get this little caddis out of him. All right, pretty little wild brook trout. Get on back there, little guy. All right, got a cool looking pool up here. Let's go check this one out. Oh, but first, don't skip little spots like this. They're not hard to fish. They take like less than a minute. Just to have your fly out there. Could be something sitting in there. And there is. There we go, gentle take. Just came up and sipped it. Under that rock right in there. All right, he's off. It's all good. Didn't have to grab him with a net. Okay, that was probably the only fish in there. Now let's go up here and hit this pool I was more excited about. All right, I got a couple of good looking pools up right in front of me. These might be the last ones I hit this morning. Been out here maybe 3 hours. I told my wife I'd be back to the campground about lunchtime, so might need to start wrapping up. But this pool, I don't know, it could be promising. I did put on a new fly. It's a dark, pretty generic mayfly. After that last pool where I saw that big fish come up and eat the mayfly, the live one, not mine, I'm going to a dark generic mayfly. Elk tail, black tail, peacock herald body, then just brown hackle up front. Very simple. Won't be the easiest fly to see in fast water, but these pools right up here, they're not very fast. All right, I think I can sneak up here behind this rock without spooking anything in this big pool. Now, the middle of the pool, it's moving pretty slow. But this fly is realistic enough that something could come up when it's barely moving like this. But I think most probable spot is where that fast water comes into the pool right there. So I can get this fly up there in the middle of that little, wouldn't call it a riffle, because it's just a little seam, a little current seam coming down. So I can throw right up in the middle of it and then off on either side. And if there's something waiting for food to drift down through there, they might come over and take it. Hey, there's one. It was going pretty slow when he came over there to the right of that little slot and took it. Let's get this guy in the net. There we go. He's back in there. All right, fun little fish. There he is. Got another one in here. Not any bigger. All right, wet my hand, get this guy back in there. Pretty fish, not a whole lot to him though. All right, get on back in there, little guy. Well, that was pretty fun. One miss and then a couple of small guys. So I think that's about all we might find in that pool. But I do have one more to check out just upstream. So let's go take a look at that one before hitting the trail and walking back to the truck. Well, that next pool wasn't as nice as it looked like it was going to be. Isn't that how it always goes? They look pretty good from downstream, then you get there and you say, not that good. Anyway, I will throw to this little spot right here before hitting the trail and walking back. There we go. Come on, buddy, get off that stick. There we go, back in the water. Wasn't really expecting one sitting right there, but just goes to show you never know. All right, folks, hiking back now. Been a pretty fun day. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 fish, none of them very big. I missed more than that, I'm sure of it. So, since I don't think I did a hat giveaway in yesterday's video, yesterday was the Rapidan up at the headwaters, let's do one for this one. And I just thought of this. All right, how this works if you're not familiar, and if you're in the US and would like to win one of these embroidered Savage Flies hats, leave a comment, got a little crossing here, leave a comment and tell us what is your first outdoor memory. Could be anything, doesn't have to be fishing related. I know for a lot of us it might be. Could be sleeping in the backyard in a tent with your dad. I did that when I was little. But my memory, I will share it with you, might be the earliest one I remember, was my great-grandfather. His name was Papa O'Neill. Born in 1901, died in 1976. Lived in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Had a house on the river. Wasn't a trout river, just big warm water. Not a real big river, but panfish and catfish, that kind of stuff. He took me fishing out there one time with a little Zebco 202, probably 4 feet long. Don't remember much about the fishing, but I do remember they had a washing machine in their basement. One of those real old-timey washing machines. A big cylinder with 4 claw feet on it. And it wasn't for clothes. The thing was no longer a clothes washing machine. It held worms. He had dirt and meal in it. I don't remember if he had mealworms or earthworms or whatever, but that's where he kept his fishing worms. So I definitely remember that. That kind of stands out in a 6-year-old kid's head. So anyway, I know I'm rambling because I've got nothing to do but hike back to the truck right now. But overall, it's been a fun couple of days. Didn't get a whole lot of fish either day, but still, it's beautiful. Gotta love it out here in Shenandoah and the Rapidan Wildlife Management Area. So that's it, my friends. I appreciate you watching. Y'all take care and see you next time.